So we just finished a microneedling session. It's so gross. Ooh, you can't see it, but I posted a little video of what it looks like on my TikTok. It'll also be on YouTube. So, like I said, we never do microcurrent, chemical peels, lasers, dermaplaning, waxing, sunbathing. I don't ever do any of those things without following it with microcurrent. And this is one of those things you want to follow with microcurrent immediately after. Then when you go to sleep, you're gonna wake up and your skin's gonna be a little bit dry, but just like a sunburn, you're still gonna be able to put makeup and everything on it. And see, there's just a little bit of pinprick bleeding. I got some on my nose, on my forehead, on this big chins that I have here. I'm gonna be very generous with the goo. I make this myself, so I've studied Ayurveda since I was 18, almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years in March. Isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh. I forget how old I am because I see people my age or a couple years older and I was like, oh, you look old. But it's just because I'm really good at my job. We just keep getting younger and more snatched over here, girls. Girls and boys and whatever. Whatever you call yourself, I don't care. All right, so now we're going back over it with the microcurrent. And another cool thing about doing the microneedling with the microcurrent is it really like tenderizes the skin. So certain parts that might be hard to work on and work out with the microcurrent by itself, it's so much easier to work it out after the microneedling. So we're super excited that it's fall here, so I can do this without having to miss out on any of the fun in the sun activities. We have a limited season here for that. In good old Indiana, Carmel, Indiana, that's where I'm at. But don't let that discourage you from coming. We have people who fly in, like, as far as Singapore. And Singapore is like the richest country in the world. So, I mean, if you can't find it there, and they're flying all the way to Indiana to receive this life-changing services that we offer here, you know it's gotta be good. Some of my clients, their plane tickets to come see me are more expensive than like 4 or 5 days of double treatments with me. But you know, you can always tip. You can always give me $1 million tip. I won't be mad. I'll be super grateful. I will reinvest that into more skin toys. So right now it just kind of feels like a sunburn. Clearing out those sinuses. A lot of people don't know that we have sinuses all throughout the face. Not just like in the nose area. And these can fill up with toxins. Or if you've ever used any kind of like saline nasal spray or, you know, any kind of like sinus medication that's supposed to like make stuff dry up in your face, then where do you think that goes? It doesn't just leave, it just dries up and it builds up. I know when I was younger, I used to use that when I was a kid and maybe in my early 20s. I can already feel the healing. Fantastic. So a lot of people don't realize that there's more than just like wrinkles or like a double chin or eye bags that makes you, you know, look older. It's like toxic buildup in the face. So right now, see the area that I'm clearing out? We call that the seed of jowls. So that's where the jowls start. It's a little seedling. And toxins like to build up in there. And then if we don't address them eventually that will turn into jowls or a double chin, all of that stuff. But the solution for both of those things is the same. Is to get the toxins out of the face, which I am doing with the Jade Facial Systems. I do have professional courses available for this. Or if you're not ready to make a $10,000 investment in the very best, and this is the very best, I can also add in the comments, or you can go to my ellabardo.com, my website, and go to my favorite things page, and I found a really good at-home microcurrent. It's not the frequency specific microcurrent like the Jade, but it's great for at-home use, or if you're a beauty professional on a budget and you're not ready to make an investment in the best. And Jade is still very, very like underpriced, I feel like, for everything it does. You know, the basic training program with the device starts at $10,000. The NeuroTree starts at $50,000. And if you know how to use it, oh my gosh, the Jade is worth so much more. I love them. They're totally worth it. If I could get the same results with an at-home device for, you know, $400 as I could with a $10,000 machine, trust me, baby, I would have already done that by now. And I wouldn't have bought 3 Jades. And I would totally buy more. And I don't even have any employees. But the cool thing about the Jade, it does so much work on its own, where you can actually walk away from your clients and let them have some Zen time, and the Jade does its own. So I have 3 Jade machines at the spa and no employees, but I can work on clients and just stagger them every 30 minutes. And it's like each Jade machine I have is another employee. But I only have to pay for it once, and they don't talk back or steal things. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Peeling away the layers. Back to the early 20s again. I look so much younger, better, more snatched now at 37, almost 38 than I did at 22. We'll have to do a little story time and I'll show you some pictures. And I totally owe that to this Jade frequency specific microcurrent machine. So you should get you one. Get them while the doctor is still building them. They are hand built in the West Indies. It's a very rare machine. Chances are there's probably not somebody in your area that already has it. And if there is, I mean, think about how many people do dermaplane, lashes, lasers, multiple people in multiple cities. So, you know, there's plenty of people to help. There's plenty of, like, I mean, literally everybody needs this. The only reason you couldn't use it is, like, if you have, like, a pacemaker. You don't want to use any kind of other electric devices. This keeps the wrinkles away. Another thing about wrinkles, a lot of people when they're older, they're using too abrasive of a product too often, too much glycolic, or when, you know, I was younger, I was using way too much salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide for acne stuff. That's one of the things that was making my skin look so much older. It wasn't actually wrinkles, it was like dried out, dehydrated skin from using products that are too drying on your skin. So we try to keep those to a minimal. They do have their place. But even I have like super oily skin, acne prone skin. So if anybody can handle like strong acids, it's mine. And I still even wouldn't use a glycolic cleanser more than like maybe once or twice a week. And then I always use like oil cleansers, milk cleansers, something that's super hydrating in between. Oh, man. I can feel the years melting off my face. So if you are in the Indy area or you want to come fly out to receive these services from the best in the game, which is me, book online.